Hey, I'm Pete with Mosko, and I'm going to show you how I take a shit in the backcountry. That's happening. So this is what my poop kit looks like. I got my toilet paper, cigarette lighter, and then up here on the forks, I've got my poop trowel. Really good idea to carry a poop trowel because, man, you just can get like deeper with your hole faster than without it. I keep it up here on the forks, doesn't take up any space, just connects with a volet strap. That's our Mosko Deuce. Weighs less than an ounce, takes up no space, especially when it's stashed on the forks, and it's always handy. First thing you got to do is find a nice private spot, away from campgrounds, away from water, somewhere with some soft soil that you're going to be able to dig down into. So you're going to find a nice spot with some soft soil where hopefully you can get down a little ways before you hit the rock. And then you're going to use the handle end of the trowel to kind of loosen up the soil. And this soil is pretty soft, but in tougher soil, that handle really comes in handy. Just chops it up, and then the scoop just kind of gets it out of the way. So you're gonna make yourself a little hole. I usually make it a little wider than I think I need to. And when you get down to the hard soil, you just go back in with the handle again, start digging. And that's how you get deep. That handle is really stiff. So here you can see how deep I'm able to get. Thanks to the handle on here, I'm deep down in this subsoil, which is quite difficult to break into. Got a pretty good hole here. Kind of at least 6 inches, but hopefully deeper is what you're going for. I'm about the depth, a little over the depth of the poop trowel here. I got a nice pile of soft soil next to the hole here to fill it with again when I'm done. And that's a pretty good cat hole. The idea is to get deep. You're not just thinking about other campers and other humans. We're thinking about animals not digging it up, people's dogs not digging it up, critters coming along digging it up. So we're trying to like really just make it disappear by going deep enough. So that's the point of getting a good cat hole. You don't want to just like lift a rock and take a poop. That's no good, man. That's surface shitting. You want to go deep and make it disappear. Now I got my hole dug, so I'm going to do my business. I don't need to record that. Y'all know how that works. So over here I dug a new hole, so I'm just going to use this for illustration besides the one I just actually used. Here I got a little pile of cow dung, so let's use that to illustrate. Got your cow dung, your human dung down in the hole. You know, if you miss the hole, don't panic. Just grab a little stick or something nearby and just kind of, you know, tap it in there. Tap, tap, tap it in. So you got your thing. I'm not going to use a lot of toilet paper to illustrate this because I only have so much. But you're going to take your toilet paper and kind of put it down in the hole. And I like to burn it. Now make sure you're in a place where first of all, the burn season's on, so there's not a burn ban, so it's allowed to burn. And then you want to be really careful with this because you don't, you know, I'm not trying to encourage people to go out and start 1,000 tiny fires in the woods. You want to watch this fire until it's completely dead out. Ideally, you want to spit a little water on it on the end. But you're going to reach down and light your paper. You know, we've all had the experience of being in a nice campsite and then seeing toilet paper in the bushes because either someone didn't bury it or an animal came and dug it up and it blew away. So that's what we're trying to prevent here. So I'll make this little fire and I'll kind of stoke it until I'm sure, and if I need to, I'll relight it until I'm sure that it's like there's nothing left to blow around or get dug up or end up in a bush and kind of ruin the campsite for the next guy. So I just go until there's no white left. And then if you have some water with you, which is a good idea when it's dry out, it's not dry where I am right now. It's actually been raining, so the dirt is super wet. But if it's dry and there's a risk of burning, then you're gonna wanna spit some water on it too. Just bring your Camelback with you. Spit some water on the fire. So there we go. We just got that one little piece left. And then once that's burned out, completely burned out, we're gonna go ahead and take our trowel, fill in the hole with all the dirt we dug up. And then you're gonna kind of stomp it down, pack it down, and then nobody would ever know what happened here. That's my sample hole. There's the actual hole. Both of them are, you know, with a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, you won't even know anything ever happened here. The site of the crime has been totally cleansed. So something you should think about is that if it's burn season, you're or you're in a spot where fire danger is significant, which again, I'm not, I'm basically walking on mud right now, but you're gonna wanna pack your toilet paper out. So it's a good idea to bring a extra little Ziploc baggie, and you can just stuff your toilet paper in there and then ditch it at a gas station. Maybe bring a couple Ziplocs if you're gonna be out on a long trip, but you can stuff a lot of paper into a Ziploc. So that's the way you get rid of it in situations or times of year where you can't burn, which is a pretty healthy chunk of the year for us. Right now it's late fall, so that's how I did it with the burning, but that's not always appropriate. I really recommend stashing your toilet paper somewhere where it's quick access, so you don't have to dig for it. You're never wondering where it is. Just find a spot in your kit where it always lives and let it stay there. For me, that's in my backpack, because I can just grab my trowel, head off into the bushes on the side of the trail, and then my trowel just stashes away up here on the fork like that. And we are done and ready to ride a few pounds lighter.